Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Pretty Girl Confessions. I'm your host, your pretty girl, and today I'm confessing one of the most important things to understand as a pretty girl. You need to protect your energy and keep your mouth shut. Everyone out here wants to rip and clip your wings to keep you from flying high above them in the clouds because you are constantly leveling up, getting prettier, getting the job, getting money, finding your true love, and they are not. So they will do every nasty, grotesque thing they can possibly imagine to keep you stuck. And this is why you better keep that pretty mouth shut and be very careful who you talk about your hopes, your dreams, your ambitions, and your plans. One rule of thumb: all pretty girls that are into manifesting and into leveling up should always practice is keeping your damn mouth closed, okay? I know you have been friends with this girl for God knows how long, but have you ever realized or sat and thought about how little she's sharing intimately about her life? Why are you so vulnerable with her without it being reciprocated? Do you ever think that maybe it could because sorry, maybe it could be because maybe she's insecure and maybe she is jealous of you and maybe she's waiting for the perfect moment to try to tear you down limb from limb and completely shatter you as a person by using every vulnerable thing that you've given her as ammunition against you. Have you ever thought about that? Probably not, because if you are a really good, kind hearted soul, you probably don't suspect that whenever you put this good out into the world and that you have these friends in your life that you treat with respect, love, and kindness, you probably don't expect them to stab you in the back. Most people don't. But here's the truth, and this is a hard truth I learned the hard way, which is if you are very pretty, very talented, ambitious, and you're going after your dreams and your passions, you're pursuing all your joys in life, and you're leveling up, you're going to piss off a couple people. You are going to trigger a couple people significantly because you are doing something that they could never, because they're too insecure, because they're too afraid, because they're too scared, whatever it is. You are doing something that pisses them off so deeply and triggers them to the point where they would rather try to destroy you than to improve themselves. The thing is, people want to put you down because they see something in you that you may not even realize is there. People, this is what I think. I think there's people that see that there's a spark in others and they know that they don't have that same spark, so they try to rip it apart. They try to rip you apart. And it's so evil. It's honestly one of the most evil things in this world when others try to steal your spark. And I would hear this in movies and I'd hear older people talk about it. And I always thought it was such like a cliche thing, and I'd always be able to tell when this was happening. But no, truly, you can be completely blindsided by this, and it's insane. I was blindsided by my closest, longest, oldest friend that I grew up with, and my boyfriend who I was dating for half a decade. So I hope you understand. I'm telling you this not to scare you. I'm telling you this because I am warning you that there are some very heinous people out there. And the biggest red flag I would say to look for is acknowledge how judgy they are of you and your choices in your life. Acknowledge how they talk to you versus how you talk to them. And I'm not saying this like whenever my situation unfolded, like it was every time I talked to them, they'd be like, "You're a horrible person." No, it wasn't like that. It was all at once crazy. Yeah. But there were small little things that definitely were signs, like the fact that I would start to bring up certain things and then I would be met with judgment. Like, why would you do that? And it was things that I didn't quite understand. Like, I wanted to get more into doing social media, and so I did. And then I realized I was getting met with a bit of, I felt almost embarrassed to talk about it with them because I was almost made up to be like this stupid girl for thinking I could actually get somewhere with social media. And joke was on them because then I posted something and gained a crazy insane amount of followers and of views in literally a couple days. So I was getting judged for things I was doing. I was getting told that I wasn't taking the right route. And that's the first thing is I was always extremely supportive of their dreams and goals and anything they were going after. But whenever I would talk about mine, it seemed like they would always try to bring me back to earth by telling me how unrealistic a lot of my things were. And there is a difference from being someone that's trying to plan things and actually plan it realistically and how it can actually work out. That's smart, like actually planning things out. But then there's also the type of person that's just shitting on everything you're trying to do. Oh, I have a dream of being an architect and I could go to Europe and I could do stuff over there. What makes you think that you could actually do that? Do you know how many people go to art? Like, that's a lot of judgment right there. Or I think I could be a famous actress. Yeah, but that's going to be like so hard and you're not even in anything right now. Like, you're just being met with judgment. And I'm not saying it's going to be as easy to detect. Like, it's not going to be so straightforward to where you know they're just being a bitch. Not saying that. But what I am saying is look out for the fact that you will notice. Just think about this. Is your friend talking to you the same way you would talk to them? Like, are they saying things to you you would say back? Like, I was always extremely supportive of things that my friends would do, even if I didn't get it. Like, let's say they let's say they were like a stripper or something. I'm supportive, you do you, you like it, you enjoy the work, that's great. You go for it. I'll be supportive as long as you're my friend because I just care about you as a person and I care that you're happy. But if I'm giving them the support, but I'm always being met with this judgment, criticism, feedback, that's different. I wouldn't be telling my friend, no, I think it's a little vain for you to be that. No, I think it's really self centered that you're doing that. Or I think it's kind of embarrassing that you're doing that. Who am I to say that? That's one of the biggest things I never have gotten is who am I to say that someone going after what makes them happy in life is embarrassing or cringy or this or that because no one is God except for God. And you may believe in God or not, I don't care, it's up to you, whatever. But the point is, the point that I'm trying to make is the fact that real friends are supportive of you just because they love you. And they just want to make sure you're happy, you're healthy, and you don't get hurt. That's it, okay? Unsupportive friends are going to criticize you, question you, and have you questioning yourself as soon as they can possibly get inside your brain, okay? So analyze if you would talk to them the same way. But another thing, another telltale sign is that they won't tell you things about their own life. They start holding back things. It was hilarious because I found out after being criticized for doing social media that that same person started doing social media. Oh my god. Isn't that so embarrassing? Isn't that so cringy? Oh my god, that's so weird. Why would you do that? No, I would never say that because I'm not a dumb bitch. I'm a pretty one. Just kidding. I'm pretty, I'm just not a bitch. But anyways, that's another thing is I started noticing that I wasn't being filled in on a lot of things anymore. And it was because they were gearing up to hurt me. They were gearing up to attack me with all the ammunition I gave them. And I kept giving them ammunition. I gave them more than enough ammunition to hurt me and attack me. And they went for it. So they withheld any ammunition I could have used because they were planning it. These people usually, they are not really in it for the short game. They're in it for the long run. They will they're in it for the long run. And I don't know if it's because they just get a thrill out of being literally the scum of the earth, or they're possessed by demons. I have no clue. But what I do know is that you gotta keep your damn mouth shut, okay? Because they will do everything to prevent you from getting what you want. Especially like if you're talking about affirmations, they're gonna think that you're literally crazy. Whenever I first got into affirmations, this is probably my third video saying this, but shout out Sammy and Graham. Praise the girl. She's amazing. Watch her. It will change your life. Anyways, um, when I first got into it, I remember telling my friends about it, and I was so excited because I had a bunch of things that happened to me that I affirmed for. That I was like, oh my god, this is literally insane. Like, I was affirming for my hair to be really, really long, and I took before and after photos, and it was literally crazy. My hair grew like 3 inches in a day. And I don't care what anyone says in the comments. Say anything that you want to say, but girl, it was real for me. And just, if you know Sammy, you know Sammy. Check out the Mermaid Gang. I'm part of the Mermaid Gang. But I was sharing these things, and then it was used against me that I was delusional. And plus, now these people, they know what I'm affirming for, and they can plot against me. They can affirm for me not to get it. And I'm not saying that would work or not, but they're putting out this bad energy towards me. And whether you believe in it or not, energy is real. Energy is real. Vibration is real. Everything in the earth is vibrating at this very second. You are vibrating at a certain frequency. Your clothes are vibrating. Roses are vibrating. Fun fact, roses have the highest vibrational frequency of all the flowers. They are healing. But back to my point, you don't want that bad energy. You don't want that bad energy. I also am a firm believer you should not be showing your vision board to anyone. You should not be showing your vision board to anyone. Maybe an anonymous post is fine, but what I think of whenever people show their vision boards, it's like opening up your diary of your hopes, your dreams, and your soul and your energy and saying, here, you can send me negative energy as much as you want. That's my thought. I just don't think it's a good act of self-care to be sharing personal things. If you want to leave your diary open for people to read, then don't leave your vision board hanging out. Don't be telling people your affirmations. Don't be telling people your manifestations that you're working on. Don't be telling people what you're working on, what your next step for your business is. Keep your damn mouth shut, because these people will sabotage every single move you make, because you're pretty, you're intelligent, you're talented, and you are doing so good. You are at such a high vibrational frequency, and they cannot stand it. Okay? Keep your damn mouth shut. Okay? Now, there will be a few people in your life that you want to tell things to. And I do believe that there are a few souls on this planet that are meant to go with us through life as our friend, our companion, our sister, whatever, and they're here for the long haul. So you need to understand that you cannot be trusting anyone out here. And I think the biggest test of this is once you go through a leveling up journey, see who's still there. Look for the friends that actually support you whenever you have accomplishments, rather than kind of want to squash you. Like, I have this one friend, and this background might help with understanding where I'm getting at, but I've always wanted to improve myself through physical fitness and nutrition, and I have talked to this friend about that, and she's always been so supportive. She's always been so supportive. And even whenever I was probably smaller than her, sorry if this is weird for me to talk about, but even when I was smaller than her, she was supportive that I was going after what I was after. And I wasn't anywhere close to being dangerously skinny or underweight or anything like that. But I was always just a little bit bigger because I have a very big dad. So I have a larger frame. I'm pretty tall for a girl. and I have like big hands, big feet. So I really have a big frame. So I was smaller than her, not my bone structure, but like physically I got smaller. And other friends of mine were putting me down. They were telling me I was overly obsessed, that I had an issue and I had a problem. But I still had a friend that was supportive of what I was doing because they knew that I cared so much about it. That's how I could tell that person loved me for me and wanted to support me and just be there for me. Another example of this is whenever you reach financial success or you find success in love. Some of your friends, if they're single and they have a terrible single life or they're always going through situationships, they will become so bitter towards you and want to curse your new relationship because it's so good and so sweet because they are bitter that they don't have the same thing. The friends that can still support you and cheer you on when you accomplish and achieve things that they themselves want and have not yet achieved, those are your real friends, okay? Because I've even been in positions before when I was younger where I would notice someone achieve something and I would be insecure that I didn't achieve it. And I would have to understand, I was like, is this actually taking away from me, my friend succeeding in this? And it takes awareness, being able to look at your friend achieve something you want so badly and cheer them on. And there's a moment in a person where they decide that they're either going to have some big issue with their friend now over the fact that they achieved something they have not yet achieved for themselves that they want, or they're going to swallow their damn ego and help and cheer their friend on because that's an accomplishment, and they acknowledge that their friend's accomplishments do not take away from their own. Okay? Most people, I'm under this impression now, most people cannot swallow their damn pride and their damn ego to cheer on their friend for accomplishing the same things that they want to accomplish. That's how you really tell if someone is truly your friend, your ride or die, someone that's meant to grow with you or not. And I'm so thankful to say I realized my sister is that person. She's someone that no matter what will always be my ride or die. She has loved me before I was even born. Same thing with my parents. And not everyone is lucky enough to have a family that they can say this about. But you will find your people that you can say this about, whether they're related or not. And in the meantime, keep your damn mouth closed, okay? Keep your damn mouth closed. I'm not saying share everything with the people that you are close with, but start analyzing who's around you and in your circle, because snakes are in the grass, and it's so easy to think that you can spot a wolf in a sheep herd. It's so easy to think that until you see the wolf take off the sheepskin. It's so easy to be deceived, because a lot of us pretty girls, we have a very beautiful view of the world because we see a lot of the gorgeous landscapes of it, you know. We see a lot of the bright side, but the dark side of being pretty, which a lot of people don't talk about, is people will try to tear you down, because it's one thing to be pretty, but it's another thing to get every single thing that you want. So I hope you all enjoyed this episode of Pretty Girl Confessions. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you want me to talk about in the next video. And stay pretty, stay sexy, and keep your damn mouth shut. Love you guys. XOXO. Signing off.